I've been working with communities and people in urban space since 2012. It kind of happened by accident. I mean, I was thinking I want to find something new, meaningful, do something that is actually making a change. And then, of course, social media was kind of growing at the same time, and it showed that there are opportunities for everyone to start a movement, to make a change. Like, you don't have to have a big organization, big money anymore, but you can actually just start doing things. And back then it was actually even easier because there was no like limitations for visibility in social media. And it all started with cleaning day. It's or siivouspäävä in Finnish. It's a day when people go to the streets to make a flea market and recycle stuff, and happens two times a year in Helsinki or Finland. The next one will be next week on Saturday, so make sure to take part in it. And it started so that Paula Seppälä posted about having too much stuff in Facebook. She wants to get rid of it, and we actually didn't know even each other back then. And then there was like a group of people who got interested in this idea, and we started to develop this event. And we actually didn't have any permission to do it. We didn't have any money to do it, but we still decided let's just do it. And we made a web page where you can add your stand on the map so that people actually find you. And then we wrote there like that the Public Works Department wishes you to apply for permission. And then they called us like, what is this like? So many people asking for permission to make a flea market on one day, like that they can't go through these applications, and we should cancel this day. And we said like, no, we're not going to cancel it, it will be fine. And of course they were really worried that it will be a disaster, like thousands of people going to the streets with their stuff, and like they will leave it there. And we said, no problem, but like we will do it together with the people. We will we will make sure that they get this message, like the city belongs to us. Like when we do it together, when you go to the streets, then like take care of your mess. And yeah, when the first event happened, I went to Karhupusta in Kallio, and it was full of people, and I thought, okay, it was bad. Like it will be a mess. But when I went there back in the evening, it was like totally clean. It was more clean than like normally. Like there was like not a single piece of trash. So actually everything went fine, and then they called us and said like, yeah, it went fine as you said, and now we have to make it kind of official, because otherwise all the people would hate the city, like not letting this thing happen. And since then it has been organized twice a year, and it has also got some funding, some private sponsors which fit to this team, and so now it's still going on twice a year. And it's not just about like having a flea market, but it's also like having fun, meeting your friends, meeting strangers, making a kind of carnival. Like there are people having picnics, and then for example, these people, they have their picnic and their stuff in front of them that they are selling at the same time. So it's not actually like the main thing to sell it. And there are like children also, like a lot of elderly people. So it's not just like some for young hipsters and also something like that. And this is also what I always like to think, that I make events and like projects for everyone, not just like for a certain group of people. Well, after that we actually founded an association to make different kind of things related to this community theme, and then we thought, okay, we could like celebrate the birthday of Helsinki somehow, 12th of June, and like how could we do it? And okay, it's like a birthday. You usually eat something, like here today also, and let's make a huge communal dinner. Like let's put a table for 1,000 people to Esplanade, close the street, and everyone bring their own food. And we proposed it to the city, and they liked the idea. All the security people didn't like the idea. and they were like, could you just like go to this park that is next to it? And I was like, come on, like people are having picnic in this park every day. Like, what's the thing? Have a picnic again there? Like, no one would be interested. And so then I asked, like, well, why couldn't we do it? And then someone said, like, the cars, like ambulances, they have to go through that way, so you can't like block it with the table. And I said, like, okay, we can make a hole, like 3 meters hole in the table. Is it fine then? Well, actually, it is fine. so suddenly, like, there were actually no problems to do it, and then we did it. It was hugely popular. It was like fully booked in 2.5 minutes. It was for free for people, but all they got was just a seat, like, so they brought all the stuff, food with them. And of course, it was really hard to make people understand what it's all about, this event, and then we chose to use this painting of Renoir as like as an image when we were marketing it, and it kind of went it's always the problem when you're creating something totally new and you don't have any like kind of picture material, how to make people understand how it works. And yeah, it worked really well. This is how Esplanade looks normally, and this is how it was during the day. So it's quite big difference. And even though it was quite rainy day, about 80% of the people came to this event. It was still raining like 1 hour before the event started. And actually, then it started to rain again, and I thought like, oh shit, it's can I say so? Everyone will go away. But they just opened their and just continued eating. And it was so great to see like this, like 350 meters of umbrellas opening at the same time. And one person said like it's so crazy to do it like together with 1,000 people eat together, but like do it in the heavy rain. It's even more like special. And yeah, it's still people had a lot of fun. So I've been working like or doing like different kinds of events with project with a lot of people. It's actually interesting. I was just thinking like I have done almost all of the events and this stuff like with different people. So people have different interests, and then you get kind of other people involved, and that the kind of community grows like exactly like here. One of the events that I've been doing twice was living room exhibition with two of my friends. It started so that my friend who was a photographer wanted to have an exhibition in Helsinki, but the gallery rents are so high that she couldn't afford them. We decided, okay, let's use the spaces we have and ask others to join. And we opened our homes, and we asked other people to open their homes, and invited other, or like we had like artists applying, and we had like 15 apartments and 40 artists, and art in different places like for 1 weekend. It was not just living rooms, but also like kitchens, balconies, toilets, saunas, of course, cellars. This is actually my fridge. There's one piece in the fridge also, and it's funny because we have two fridges, and then people open my fridge with the food, and it's so cool. so yeah, you can see art in a different way. We had like installations. This was actually a really small studio, and it was like inside of it. Media art, short films, dance, theater, like really all kind of stuff. Also like party stuff. And after that, actually, I organized with other people then home theater festival. So theater in homes, which is pretty much the same. It's kind of the same idea. We asked people to open their homes and then brought like actors there. And actually, then we organized one event in a sauna, and then it went so well that I organized with other people sauna theater festival. So in a public sauna theater. So it somehow it always evolved. And then from that actually kind of it was natural to call the Helsinki Sauna Day. So the idea is to open all the saunas that we have here in Helsinki. We have, I think there are about 3 million saunas in Finland and 5 million people. So it means that most of them are like unused most of the time. And yeah, at the same time we have a lot of people who can't go to sauna and they would like to do it. And of course sauna is a really social place. So we created a web page again, like where you can add your sauna, where you can reserve your sauna shift. Again, I was thinking like, okay, people will open their saunas, maybe some organizations, companies, and so on. But then they're like starting to pop up like these tent saunas, like people bring their tents there and like really weird stuff. And this is actually what I like when I'm doing something with people. Like you never know what will come up. Like you always have an idea. Okay, they will do it like this, and then they do something totally different. And this is also like what is really important to kind of realize that you can't control it. Like you have always a vision, but people won't do it. They will do something else, and you kind of have to give the freedom to do it. Again, it was really popular. We had about 50 saunas and about 2 to 3 or 1,000 people going to saunas. Everything was fully booked. And there were even people taking part, like opening saunas in Thailand and USA and Switzerland and so on, that they should send some photos. taking part in Helsinki Sauna Day, which is also next to, so the concept of Helsinki is quite right. This one was actually organized in March because it's still quite cold. You can't actually do anything outside, but to sauna you can go always. So kind of it was a nice time to do something together. So at the time when people are really missing it, like, oh, I can't wait for the summer, like, let's go to sauna. And of course, sauna is a really social place for Finns, and it was funny, I asked some like foreigners, there are quite many foreigners also they taking part in this event, even coming to Helsinki because of this event, like from Argentina or something. It's really great. And I asked, like, why do you go to this? Like, oh, it's so hard to talk with Finns. Like, if you go to talk to them on the street, like, they're like, what the hell? But like, when you go to town and take your clothes off and sit next to each other, then you can really talk. So it's also answering this need. It's actually funny, like, all these events, they kind of also make people more free. There are like kind of no social norms because you are creating something new, so you can actually act as you wish. And also like in this living room exhibition, it was funny. There were like two like older women came to our apartment. They were actually the first guests. They said like, we will start our gallery tour here. And in the evening they were still in our kitchen drinking wine with us. So I don't think anyone would do that in a gallery, like come in the morning and drink wine there. still in the evening. And they were still fine, like, oh, this time it's not only one gallery, but it was still fine. And yeah, then again, like about crazy ideas, some like students made a sauna simulator. So you put these goggles in your head, and then you can pretend that you're in sauna. So if you don't like sauna, you can still like experience it. So like, how can you imagine that someone does like something like this? Yeah, there are like really different kind of saunas taking part. Sofa sauna also. Also, National Museum has taken part. It was really interesting that they contacted me and said that we would like to take part somehow. And I said, like, you know, you have this huge yard behind your house. Like, almost no one knows actually that it exists, but they have a huge yard there. And at the same time, we have like a lot of these mobile saunas that you can see there. So, and they don't have actually any place, and they need also water, of course. And I said, like, okay, maybe you can open your yard for these people. And they can join there and bring their own saunas, and everyone wins. And so that's how we made a sauna village behind the National Museum. And it was really funny, like the tourists coming there, like, okay, here's the Stone Age and here's the sauna section. And, yeah, so this is also a way kind of how the big organizations can be part of the community in a natural way. So you don't have to create something own, but just like help the people to do something. And offer your resources. It was actually funny, like they are also making like this kind of rasumatto, I have no idea what that's in English, but like this carpets from the leftovers, and I knew that they have a lot of them, and like this year they had also like them like all around the place because someone was complaining that it's getting too, like the sand is not nice, so they used actually the carpets that were made there in the National Museum. Okay, some more flea market stuff. I live on the street, Alexis Kivenkatu. It's in a kind of Vallila, Kallio, close to a certain metro station. And there's like a small park called Dallaten Puisto. And when organizing cleaning day, I was thinking like it's a bit boring that it's only twice a year. Like, what about if it's bad weather or you can't do it and go there, and or you would like to sell, or you want to buy, and so on. And I thought like we could have it every week actually, and we have this kind of spot there that is empty on Sundays. There's nothing happening, and so I thought, okay, let's make a weekly flea market there. And I made a Facebook page saying every Sunday people go to this park to have a flea market. It wasn't true, but after that it was true. So people actually started to do it, and now it has been running there like since 2014, and now there are like thousands of people, and there are actually still like no any official permission to do it. But actually it's not needed because everyone is having their own small flea market, and they just happen to go there at the same time. So no one is actually organizing it officially. And it's really funny that people selling coffee and food and sometimes playing music and so on. And there are like no problems. Like after the day, it's always like really clean again. And because there's no one organizing, people take the responsibility, do it together. So I also recommend you because some ice cream truck selling there also. Then I've been also working a lot with urban art. It also actually started, so I've been like interested in urban art, street art for a really long time, and I was a bit annoyed that there's not that much done in Helsinki. And then a few years ago, with some street art friends, we decided to do something for it. We started first a project called More Street Art in Helsinki, and after that Helsinki Urban Art Association. We have been doing murals, also smaller stuff. This is one place that we painted last summer for the first time, this summer for the second time. It's Piritori, so Amsterdam Square in Kallio. It's not the official name, but so everyone knows. Although some people really propose it as an official name. So anyway, it's not a really nice place. And so I proposed to the city, let's paint it. And now it looks like this. So we painted together with the people. There were about 200 volunteers both times taking part in it. And it was really funny. There were people who were just passing by and they stopped there. I live here, I have to take part in it. And these people were going to bar and then they just so it really showed how people have interest to do this, to leave their mark also there, although it's not so bad. This is another big project we have been doing, Pasila Street Art District. If you know Eastern Pasila, it's quite grey, as you can see in this picture. And I've been thinking for many years, this should be full of street art because we have so many walls there. And last year we started a project where we have been painting about 40 pieces now there, and it's kind of changed quite a lot. And there are a lot of smaller stuff. Again, like this wall, it looks like just grey wall, a bit boring, but you can actually also paint that. You don't have to always make big stuff, and this is next to the main library there. Then I've been also part of Kallio movement. We are Kallio Liga. Oh, that's good. Hard, I have to breathe a little. Kallio movement. The biggest thing is of course Kallio Block Party. And this is in Kurvi again, in Sörnäinen, and it's actually two big streets crossing, but there's a festival. And it's organized by hundreds of volunteers, and it's with really low budget and totally volunteered. And it's really great because you kind of never know what will happen and what will be, because of all these people who are taking part in it, it's possible. And it's again when I've been doing it, it's so great because you kind of feel that with all these people we can achieve so much. Alone I couldn't do anything like this, but with all these people, when everyone is doing their own part, you can do so much. And it has been a lot of work. And I remember in 2013 I was doing so much stuff, and I was cursing why I did it. And then when the event started and I went to the street, saw it full of people, and kind of at the same time I realized, it was worth it, seeing this. And of course, it's not just about making some events, having fun, but also changing the whole idea of the city and people see. So actually, a lot of people have also said that now after these events, they kind of see the city in a different way. We have been also working together with the Church of Helsinki. There have been some concerts, and they have been also offering some toilets with the stickers, "Church helps in need." So really practical help. No one can complain about that. But it's, you can see how it is, and there are graffiti. There have been swings, circus. This one is my favorite. In 2013, there was a huge queue on the street, and I thought, what is going on? There shouldn't be anything. And then I went there. There was some guy putting a basket from the balcony, saying, "Put something, you get something." So it doesn't have to be big, but again, how people surprise you. And I'm still annoyed that I don't know what he was putting there because I didn't have time to stop there. So I've been also part of one other movement, Konepaja movement. This is in Vallila, an old industrial area, where trains used to be built. And a few years ago we decided, actually 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago, we decided to make a movement to improve this place. And we had in our first meeting 4 people, so what a movement. But actually 1 week after that, they said that they will sell these buildings to Bauhaus and turn it into a huge hardware store. So suddenly our movement was actually real. So yeah, we have hundreds of people taking part, and then we again we wanted to show people what the world could be. So we made some plans with some architects, and showing what these buildings could have inside them, instead of this Bauhaus. And then the Bauhaus plan was rejected by the politicians. And now it's actually bought by U.S. former ambassador Bruce Orek that I actually met a bit before in the sauna, and then I contacted him, could you buy these buildings? And then he told me. So yeah, sometimes weird things happen. I've been also finding Jana vegan kiosk in Dala. It's a crowdfunded kiosk. The city was selling these kiosks, and Jonas Pekkanen, my friend, got this idea of buying one of them with crowdfunding and turn it into a vegan kiosk. In 8 days we gathered 40,000 euros and turned it into a vegan kiosk. This is our opening. We had a queuing time of 2 hours, so it was not that fast food anymore. And now we're actually trying to get a tram there, so that is our next phase, what we would like to do, because the city is getting some trams also, so they would kind of fit together and organize also some more culture stuff. Oh, okay, 2 more small things. Free City of Kalastama Mapakamuti. This year, there's an empty spot in Suvilahti where we organized this, and also a small park that is forbidden. We turned it, brought them some containers there, organized some stuff, actually made it free for people to organize any stuff. We had some urban gatherings, people could use their stuff that they found there. We had yoga, we had also wrestling. Again, we thought, okay, people will organize concerts. So can we organize wrestling here? Why not? But again, we made it so easy as possible. So everything was for free. We had our sound technician there, everything was for free. And then you get this kind of weird stuff. And this is how it looked like. Now it doesn't exist anymore, but it will be hopefully somewhere in the next summer again. Okay, one small thing. Actually, it's also happening probably today. I'm living in this house. We have a balcony in the 3rd floor, and I was thinking I want to make some use out of it. So I started to make ice cream, and then we have set up a cafe there. So there's the basket coming from the balcony, so you don't always have to have fancy spaces for it. And my wife's 10-year-old daughter is selling the ice cream from there, and the buyers are coming from downstairs. And yeah, it has again created really nice community spirit there, people gathering there. And again, even children can do it. It's like children's game. So not hard. Okay, one thing that I'm always keeping in mind: make the rewards as big as possible, the efforts as small as possible. That's how you get the people involved. Really simple thing, but often we can't forget it. Don't ask if you can do it, but how you can do it. This is again all these ideas are kind of okay, I can't actually do it, but it's about question how you can do it. And yeah, sometimes it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it's to get permission. So if you're not creating disaster, I think it's sometimes you can bend the rules. And also Johannes said, what is the best thing that could happen? What is the worst? This is also what I'm always keeping in mind actually. When I'm thinking, should I do this? Like with the flea market, I was thinking, okay, what is the worst thing? Okay, maybe I get the fine or something. Okay, and what is the best thing? It could become a really huge thing, and it became. And done is better than perfect. So just start to do it. Don't plan it too much because let the people do it. Like here you can see you never know what will happen, and you shouldn't try to make everything perfect. Okay, thank you very much. Actually, it's hard to believe, but I was just removing some slides just before this. I have to remove it because there were also some other interesting stuff I want to talk about. Yeah, on my page you can find more about this project. I have to update it a bit, and also some other web pages about urban art and Vapaa and so on. Yeah.